Good afternoon, Tim Bennett here. I'm here with Brian Cornwell, excuse me. We're here at Homer Congregational Church, and today they have a huge announcement. There's a project that they've been working on. They've been keeping it a secret, and they're excited to announce it to you. Brian, tell the public what you have going on.
We have our antique bell and our four-faced tower clock getting repaired today. It will be up and running in a few minutes, a matter of about a half an hour.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to have Russ just shut that one door just so the sound's a little bit better. Can you shut that door?
Yeah.
That one door? Okay, so yeah, as Brian said, say that one more time what your project was.
We have our antique bell that dates 1852. That will be ringing once again, and our four-faced clock tower will be up and running.
Okay, awesome. So let me ask you this. Where are you located? Let them know that.
We're on 28 South Main Street in Homer, New York. We're right off the green.
Gotcha. This is his little one. You know, the kids love to get in the camera. So, how long have you been working on this project to make happen?
Personally, about a year now. Last August we started working on this.
Okay, and as you see, we do not have masks on because if you put your hand out, we are more than 6 feet away from each other. We are socially distanced. You know, we had our masks on when we met originally, but we wanted to make sure that everyone is safe, and we fully do believe in that. So let me ask you, so right now being in COVID-19, speaking of social distancing, during these hard times, how do you have the funding to do this?
Well, our funding is possible by 3 donors. We have Dawn Lawson,
okay.
We have Gene Cadweller,
okay.
And we have Russ Ocean.
Okay, so today you're going to be able to meet Russ and Gene, and Brian's going to step off, and Russ is going to come in, and he's going to let us know of a few things. So if you could step off, please, and Russ is going to come right over.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you. We're going to aim right there. So tell us the history of the church, for those who might not know.
Well, the church was founded on the green in the late 1700s. The original church building was built in the early 1800s and was an extremely large, beautiful wooden church. That church was so big and so hard to heat that by the 1860s, they decided to replace it with the current brick church. In that original wooden church, starting in the late 1840s, there was a tower clock, a town clock that basically many of the residents in the area depended on to tell time because few people had clocks at home. That clock was put into the new church when the new church was consecrated in the 1860s, and that clock ran for about 100 years before it broke. And in the 1930s, an electrical movement was put in to run the dials and the bell. That was replaced in the 1970s, and then by the 1990s, that mechanism had basically expired. So the clock and the bell haven't worked for at least about 15 years, and there's been an effort ongoing over those 15 years to get the clock running again, and especially to be able to hear the bell ringing throughout the day. And it's wonderful that through the effort mainly of Gene Cadwallader that the project has been able to be almost finished within a few hours. The clock should be running again and the bell should be ringing. And of course, if it's ringing at night, we'll get a few complaints because there are a lot of people in the village who've probably never heard the bell ring, but it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So it's a great project.
Awesome. So we also want to say that's also why it's dark in here right now. We don't want any of the people working on it to get shocked. You know, so it's getting operated on right now, and hopefully they should have that finished later today, correct?
Yep,
okay.
That's the hope.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for your input.
Sure.
I'm going to have you step out the
Thanks.
door. And Gene, step right over, right where you were. Okay. So Gene, step over more, please. We ought to make sure that you're seen in the camera right there. Awesome. So Gene, tell us why this project means so much to you. Tell the folks out there.
Well, since we have lived in this community since 1962, and so we were very much in tune to the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And when it stopped working, I wasn't too happy about that. passed 7 years ago, and I had to take money out of the IRA, and I said, okay, I'll fix it in memory of him.
That's a beautiful, touching thing for sure. Now let me ask you this. Do you attend this church as well?
Yes, I do.
How long did you, or how long have you attended this church? Like, did you and your husband go here for a certain amount of years, or?
Since 1962.
Oh, wow. So 1962. Wow. So, I mean, that is 58 years.
Yes,
Wow.
we were gone for 2 years because he had to do a alternative service in Mexico.
Okay.
So,
Amazing. So let me ask you this. So besides this project, are there any other projects or any other things you envision in the local community that you're thinking of, or?
oh, there's some out there, but they haven't all come to fruition yet.
Okay, so we'll keep our eyes and ears open for that. I appreciate you speaking with me. Thank you very much. I'm going to step right where you are. If you can go right back over there. And to close, Brian, if you would like to, I think you wanted to speak on the people who may have worked on it, and if you want to let people know in the community, once again, where they can come for service, and any other things about the church, feel free to say that. I'll let you close out.
I just want to first thank Beards Electric in Cortland. They've done all of our electrical work for the clock and the bell. As you can hear, they're upstairs working right now. I want to thank White's Clock in Caroline. They're out of Pulaski. He's the one that's done the clock work upstairs. He put a bell actuator on for us and the 4 drive motors for each of our clock faces on the tower. If you would be more than happy to join us, our first outside worship service will be on August 2nd. We'll be out on the green underneath a tent, socially distanced. Please join us, and you can hear the clock chime during our first gathering at the church.